Hey y'all, let's bird. Come spend the day with us on Cape Romain National Wildlife Refuge at Bull Island in Charleston County, South Carolina. It took about an hour to paddle, and as soon as we got there, we had our first sighting of a spotted sandpiper. Sandpiper is characterized by its distinctive patterns of spots on its breast and belly, especially during breeding season. These are migratory winter birds for us in South Carolina. We took off and noticed that in the trees there was some ruffling. We looked up and saw a raccoon, which is one of the mammals here on the island. Continuing down Old Fort through the forest, we noticed several little birds, one of them being a black and white warbler. These warblers are commonly found foraging on tree trunks and branches using their sharp pointed beaks to get insects, spiders, and larvae. Both male and female yellow-bellied sapsuckers both have a red patch on their throat, but the males do have a more vivid red patch. Song sparrows are known for their vocal versatility. Although their songs are famous, they can differ from geographical locations, making them very unique. Through the forest, we made our way and eventually came up to the pond that's on Old Fort. At the pond, we saw an alligator, which are very popular to the island. While this alligator is solo, we have seen them in large groups before. These animals are not usually aggressive on the island, but you always want to remain cautious. Here's some drone footage of what the ponds look like on the island and where the next sightings of animals occurred. The white ibis is here all year round and very known to us. They are highly social birds and often found in large flocks and can be found in wetland habitats such as salt marshes and mudflats. The great blue heron is the largest heron in North America, standing about 4.5 feet tall. The hooded merganser is my favorite diving duck species. The male hooded merganser is especially striking with its large fan-shaped crest on its head, which can be expanded or flattened depending on the mood or behavior. It's one of our migratory winter birds here in South Carolina. The willet is the large shorebird commonly found in coastal habitats, and it's also one of our migratory winter birds. The little blue heron is a strikingly blue color and are found in coastal wetlands and marshes. We continued on, that took us around the ponds and headed towards the beach. The snowy egret is easily recognized by its pure white feathers and bright yellow feet. The boat-tailed grackle is a large songbird and has a long pointed tail that's shaped like a boat, which is where the bird gets its name. Black-bellied plovers are some of our long-distance migrants that actually breed in the Arctic and come south for winter. You can usually find them in mudflats, beaches, sandbars, and salt marshes. Ruddy turnstones get their name from their distinctive foraging behavior, where they use their bill to turn over rocks, shells, and other debris along shorelines to expose hidden food. They are also long-distance migrants from the Arctic that come south for the winter. Dunlins are highly social birds that are often seen in large flocks that can be up to the thousands. These are migratory winter birds for us here in South Carolina. Unlike the brown pelican, which dives for fish, the white pelicans swim in groups, and together they use their bills to scoop up fish from the water. These are also migratory winter birds. Bull Island covers an area around 5,000 acres, and a larger part of the island is within the Cape Romain National Wildlife Refuge. This island features a diverse landscape including salt marshes, tidal flats, beaches, dunes, and maritime forest. This land is shaped by a tidal system. This particular dike failed last year during one of the larger storms that we had in South Carolina. Due to sea level rise, hurricane activity, and coastal erosion, Bull Island faces as many challenges in the future. After we had our lunch, we took off down the beach, hoping to find a way around the dike that we were not able to see previous. We ended up having to actually get into the ocean and cross. We got about knee deep, but we made our way through and got to one of the higher portions and was able to cross safely. Once we made it across, I noticed that there were hundreds of whelk shells and clay areas on the beach that had been untouched. We kept trekking through the forest and came across one of our last ponds that had a double-crested cormorant. Double-crested cormorants are highly adaptable birds and capable of living in a wide variety of aquatic environments, from freshwater lakes to saltwater coastal habitats. We have double-crested cormorants all year round. Pied-billed grebes prefer areas of vegetation in the water, which provides both cover and nesting sites for these birds. They are often found in shallow waters where they can dive easily to find their food. After a long and exciting day at Bull Island, we took our hour paddle back and the sun was setting and allowed for us to really enjoy and take in the beauty of the day that we just experienced. Thank you guys for coming along.